The story of Enki, the Mesopotamian water god who impregnated himself. Enki, also known as Ea, was the water god of Mesopotamia, god of crafts, wisdom and magic, patron of the city of Eridu, and also the father of. The reason is that initially the world was inhabited only by gods. They had to work hard to get food, so they discussed with each other to find ways to make the work less difficult. God Enki said to create a race that could work for them, so he molded dolls from clay and breathed souls into them to create humans. Since then, humans have labored to fill the tables of the gods. This is the story told in the Gilgamesh epic. Unlike the Enuma Elish epic where Marduk is the god who created humans from clay mixed with Kingu's blood. Although he never became king of the gods, Enki was always the advisor that all the gods sought when facing difficulties. It was Enki who discovered the plot to destroy the younger generation of gods by the freshwater god of chaos Apsu. Enki used his magic to lull Apsu to sleep, then imprisoned this god under the Absa sanctuary. Legend has it that Enki absorbed part of Apsu's power to become the god of water. But unlike the destructive chaotic waters of Apsu and Tiamat, Enki's waters are extremely gentle, bringing life to the world. Therefore, he is considered the god of life. His symbols are goat and fish, and also goatfish, like the symbol of Capricorn. After the war between the two generations of gods ended, this battle Enki was busy sealing Absa, so he did not participate in the battle. It was Enki who poured the soil soaked in Kingu's blood to shape humanity. After that, Enki also tricked the other gods to steal tamarind from heaven to give to humans. To put it simply, Mi symbolizes wisdom, art. Closing parenthesis. When the gods announced the extermination of humanity with a great flood, Enki secretly gave Atrahasis a dream so that he could build a boat to escape. As the god of life, the biggest opponent that Enki has to face is Kur the giant dragon and first ruler of the underworld. Theirs is a war between life and death. The two sides fought extremely fiercely for a long time. Although the outcome of the battle has never been told, based on the fact that Kur later disappeared and Enki continued to be present, the winner was probably Enki. Enki also created many languages that made humans unable to understand each other, and deceived humans so that they could not gain immortality. The story goes that the first human being created was Adapa, king of Eridu. Adapa was destined to be king and rule a city, but Adapa also had a hobby of sailing here and there. One day, a south wind sank Adapa's boat, causing him to become angry and break the south wind's wings. When god Anu heard the news, he demanded that Adapa come to court to explain. He worriedly went to ask human father Enki how to respond satisfactorily, but was told by Enki that if Anu offered food, he must refuse, because it was the food of death. Adapa confidently did the same, refusing the feast presented by Anu. Anu laughed and replied that Enki had deceived him. It is the food and drink that bestows immortality on humans, but because Enki does not want humans to be immortal, he tricks Adapa into losing an eternal opportunity for humanity. Enki falls in love with the fertility goddess Ninhursag and divorces him. Grandma. She conceived a child with him, Ninsar, and then left before his father could recognize her. Enki later met Ninsar again but did not know that she was his daughter, and got her pregnant, giving birth to Ninkura. Once again, Enki, when reunited with Ninkura, seduced her and got her pregnant, giving birth to Utu. Enki seduced Utu again, but fortunately before she could get pregnant, Ninhursag heard the news and scooped up all of Enki's semen from Utu's vagina and planted them in the ground, from where 8 magic trees grew. Enki saw 8 strange trees growing that bore fruit, so he ordered his servants to pick them for him to eat. Eating her own essence made Enki pregnant, growing fetuses all over her body: jaw, teeth, mouth, hips, legs, arms, chest, and ribs, each with a swollen lump. Only then did Ninhursag return to save Enki, because after all she did not want her lover to die in pain. Ninhursag used magic to put 8 fetuses into his womb, and gave birth to 8 healing gods: Abu for jaw pain, Nintul for hip pain, Ninkasi for mouth pain, Dazamua for chest pain, and Shagig for pain in the limbs, and Ninti treat rib pain. They healed Enki, and were then given titles and citadels throughout Mesopotamia by their grateful father. Enki and Ninhursag eventually reunite happily. Even though he is sometimes a bit Enki is also famous for being a gentle and benevolent god, resolving all conflicts with reason. Thanks to Enki, humanity was saved from the cataclysm caused by the god Enlil. He secretly told a mortal, Ziusudra, to build a boat to save his relatives and other creatures, so that humans would not become extinct and survive to this day. Thank you for joining us for today's fairy tale. We hope these stories bring joy and meaning to your day. If you love our channel, please hit the subscribe button so you won't miss any exciting tales. Wishing you a good night and sweet dreams. See you in the next story.